Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this update we are going to check out Polygon's price chart and pretty much what we talked about in the previous video played out. Now, if you remember, the last time that we talked about Matic, I think we were right around this area, and the idea was that, well, okay, in H1 time frame, we do have a bit of a bullish divergence suggesting that we are having something like this, excuse me, and we said, well, okay, this bullish divergence is actually a good sign, and having this a small bounce is not really enough, and odds are our move up is going to continue a little bit, but then we should be still a bit more patient and careful. So what happened? We did continue our move on the upside, and this rather strong move, I would say, starting from this point about 22 to about this high around 24.5 cents on Twitter, started some discussions about whether we should say right now the bottom, the final one we're talking about in Polygon, is in or not. You see, in my view, it is still a little bit too soon to jump into those kinds of bullish conclusions. However, I'm here to tell you that we might be sort of kind of going according to the bullish track. So in the interest of being objective, we are going to check out a bearish and at the same time a bullish count as well. And then we are going to see which one should be our primary case, and based on each scenario, what might be the next likely move. So are you ready? Let's dive in and see what is going on. And let's actually go on daily time frame, zoom in more and see what is going on in MACD. So as you can see, okay, this is actually a great sign because now we are having a confirmed buy signal, since this actually happened yesterday and not at the current daily candlestick. Now you might say, well, okay, because of this buy signal we are going to get a decent pump, right? Well, the answer is sort of yes. We are probably going to get a move on the upside. However, on daily time frame, whenever you are seeing a buy signal in MACD, it's usually the case that immediately we actually get a pullback. And for example, for the next, let's say 4 to 5 days, we should probably have a move on the downside. And for instance, let's go around here. You see, this is another time that we got a buy signal right at this candlestick, and what happened? For a day, we went up short, but then we got a bit of a pullback. However, the overall move was indeed on the upside, and let's check out another example. Yeah, how about this one? As you can see, we got a buy signal in here, and in the next day, we were green, great. But as you can see, the day after it, we got a bit of a pullback. So because of this, I'm here to tell you in Polygon, you should probably expect a pullback coming anytime soon. However, before that, I think this move up is going to continue a little bit. So this is in terms of what might happen overall. Now let's go on some lower time frames and talk about more details, and maybe it's best to go around here. Okay, so here's the situation. In Polygon, so far, I think you can say maybe we are having the subwaves for an ABC zigzag, which are going to be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into A, corrective movement for wave B. And by the way, I just remembered that you guys said to me that I should probably talk a bit slower, so I'm going to have this in my mind from this point moving forward. Bear with me, I'm getting used to this. So 5 up into A and C, and for our wave B, we can have different counts. Let's say, for example, in this instance, an ABC zigzag. You can also have a WXY, WXYZ, maybe even a triangle. It's not really that important. Now, let's go on the live chart and see what is going on. And I think we can all safely assume that we are having in here like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave on the upside. And let's just delete this one real quick. There we go. This can also be starting from the lowest low, a 1, 2, and I'm gonna say probably to about this point of wave 3, followed by most likely an ABC flat into 4, another move up into wave 5, and this is definitely a correction structure. No, it's actually not in form of an ABC. I actually prefer a WXY in form of a double zigzag. So these might be in Polygon the subwaves for an ABC on a higher degree in form of a zigzag structure. And this, my friends, is our bearish scenario, suggesting right from here, or maybe a bit higher, we are going to have a strong move down. And by that, I'm talking about having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without a lot of overlapping of the waves. And the moment that in this strong face down, we take the low of our B leg right in here about, let's say, 22 cents region. At that point, this ABC is going to be confirmed, meaning what? Yup, our move down is going to continue just a little bit in order to take this low about 21 cents. But here is the situation. Number one, I do not believe that we're going to go a whole lot lower after taking the lows, even according to this bearish count. Point number two, you see, I believe even if we are going to have another move down, it's actually going to be the last move on the downside in Polygon, since on a higher degree, you can say maybe we are having from this high like a wave 1, 2, 3, correction for 4, another move on the downside into wave 5, and this can be the C leg of an ABC zigzag, which on a higher degree, if I just go on H1 time frame, you can say, I don't know, maybe we are having like a flat and a zigzag in here, or preferably actually an ABC in form of a running flat. Bottom line is, as long as we are not getting a break of this very important support region around, let's say, 20.5 cents, we should probably say, even if we're going to get another leg down in Polygon, it's not going to be that significant. And from these areas, I do expect a very strong bounce in order to hopefully start the next major phase of the bull run. And for those of you who are telling me in the comment section, maybe once in a while I should talk about the overall scenario, here is what I'm thinking in Polygon. In my view, from this point, we are having 5 up into 1, correction for wave 2, and what's next? Great move up into wave 3, 4, 5, and this is probably another 1 and a 2, this time on a lower degree relative to this 1 and a 2, this white one right in here. And the idea is that after our corrective movement into wave 2 is over, or who knows, maybe even it's over already, we're gonna have a fantastic face up into wave 3, 4, 5. And this yellow 5 wave, it's going to be, excuse me, I just took the wrong object, into this wave 3, followed by correction for 4, another move up into wave 5. This at the moment is my primary case, suggesting in Polygon, indeed, exciting times are ahead. Now, let's go on 15-minute time frame. So far, we talked about a potential bearish count in like very, very short term, suggesting we're going to get a move down. But how about a bullish scenario? You see, let's go around here. If you want to consider any kind of bullish scenario in Polygon, suggesting the bottom is in, then okay, in terms of Elliott's waves, you have to, this is the key, you have to be able to find off of the lowest low a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave on the upside. This specific structure is called an impulse. Rules for it are, we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of 5 wave, our wave 3 is simply not allowed to be the smallest wave. And in terms of the subwaves, I believe you know what I'm about to say. We must be able to find 5 waves up into wave 1, 3, and 5. And for wave 2 and 4, we can have different scenarios, doesn't really matter. Let's say, sure, WXY into wave 4 and an A, B, C zigzag into wave 2. Now let's go on the live chart and see what is going on in Polygon. And this is actually one reason for me to be a bit more optimistic than before. You see, in Polygon, it seems like that at the moment, we do sort of kind of have a bit of a slow and choppy move down. So I'm hoping that we are going to end up having yet another move on the upside. And I'm actually willing to bet that that move is going to be in form of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave, something like this, excuse me. And at that point, well, okay, doors are going to be open to considering in here a bit of a bullish count, suggesting off of the lowest low. What do you have? You know it, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, meaning what? Yup, probably in Polygon, the bottom is set. So right now, it's a little bit too soon to be completely optimistic in Polygon, since we are not having complete subways for a 5 wave up yet. However, for 2 reasons, we might end up getting this phase on the upside. Reason number 1, well, we just talked about it earlier. This short-term phase seems like that is quite slow, and it does have characteristics of a corrective movement, meaning what? Yep, after it's over, we can have another move up. So this is great sign number 1. Great sign number 2, we talked about it at the beginning of the video, and we said, look, in MACD, in daily time frame, we are having a bit of a buy signal, suggesting initially we are going to get, let's say, in the next 1 or 2 days, another leg up. So this is another great sign, but then maybe we are going to have a pullback. So right now, if you want to be optimistic in Polygon, you have to see, this is the key point, you have to see at least another move on the upside. And then when we get this thing, I'm going to say probably by the next 48 to 72 hours, we are going to make new updates and see what might be the next move. But trust me, at that point, I am going to be a bit more bullish than before. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Polygon's price chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.